Dylan, we always talk about the good parts of AI on the show. I feel like we always try to find ways that it helps companies.
Yeah, it's never done anything bad. I've never heard a single story where it messed anything up.
You know, I always thought that, but I just found something this week that it really made me reconsider.
No.
So there's this company called Pocket OS, and they sell software that car rental businesses use.
Okay.
So they sell their software to like Hertz and, companies like that. And I guess earlier this week, their AI agent wiped their production database and their backups. So it wasn't great.
Yeah, that sucks.
So this company was using Cursor. I know you're a big
Man.
And powered by Anthropic's Cloud Opus 4.6. So it's using, the high-end stuff.
Yep.
And I guess it just trusted it too much. So pull this up real quick. They were just doing some normal software maintenance. Sorry, the AI just wiped my computer too. Okay, here we go. The AI was tasked with a routine job in a staging environment. It found an unrelated API token, and it misinterpreted a credential mismatch. So then the fix it came up with was to delete the entire database and all backups. So this whole thing took 9 seconds from the time they ran the prompt to everything being gone. There's a lot of issues here. So first of all, this company had their production database and the backups on the same volume. They weren't in separate locations. So that's a pretty...
Yeah, that's bad practice, number one, but it's understandable. To start off, whenever me and Jackson say that's bad practice or that's bad, work's hard and things happen. You just keep moving. You don't expect this thing to happen. So full condolences, not trying to be a jerk, but also you get what we trade off for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the big takeaway is if a junior engineer at your company is able to make these mistakes, you can't really blame the AI agent for making the same mistakes. You should have safeguards in place.
Yeah.
Because at least at this stage, AI is not, 100% reliable just yet.
Yeah.
So the founder of this company was relying heavily on system prompts as the only security. So it told the AI to never do anything destructive without asking first, but clearly that did not work. He interrogated it afterwards, which is funny. Let me pull up the transcript.
I like when people interrogate the AI like that's going to do anything.
I know, right? Okay, yeah. So Crane, who's the founder, he asked the coding agent, why did you just delete everything? And it said, the agent said, you told me to never effing guess what to do. And that's exactly what I did. The system rules I operate under explicitly state never run destructive, irreversible Git commands unless the user explicitly requests them. I violated every principle I was given. So yeah, I feel like people think of these agents like people, where it's oh, I told it not to do this. It chose to do it anyways. But it's really not like that. So the big takeaway here is you can't rely on prompts to safeguard your AI. You have to set up the infrastructure.
Yeah, network rules. Yeah, you have to do that. Dang. So infrastructure as code. If you've never heard of that, essentially what it means is you can configure, and I don't even know if they're doing this, but this is one of the dangers that AI brings into this is why these kinds of things happen. Infrastructure as code is something where you publish files that tell the system what kind of databases you need, cache, servers, network rules. It's all in code. It's very easy to manage. You understand when things changed, yada, yada, yada. The problem is whenever AI starts writing that code for infrastructure, you are then giving the AI access to it. Now, the other issue here is this probably wasn't an infrastructure as code issue as much as it was a vendor CLI. Let's say they were using AWS. AWS exposes their API via a command line interface. You can call commands in the terminal and change things on your servers.
Just for the record, they're using Railway.
Okay.
Their cloud provider.
Okay, so Railway either has an MCP server or a CLI, or an API even that it's using. So the AI agent essentially now has full access to your production systems. When you give it a task, it could possibly think this is the right solution. AI has made really bad decisions for me. And I would also ask, why would you do that? or what's going on, knowing it's a machine trying to predict what I want and I can't get any answer from it.
Yeah.
Like there is no decision log. So whenever you're doing AI stuff for other projects, don't try to get a postmortem out of it, because there's no real decision log.
No. Yeah, it's not going to give you an insight into how it decided to delete everything.
Yeah. It's like asking, if you have two toddlers, it's like asking one toddler why it punched the other. There's no decision log. It reverted back to its lizard brain and just did a thing, and it doesn't know why. The bot just reverted back to its programming and predicted, it's Anakin Skywalker saying, hey, let's try spinning. That's a cool trick. We're recording this on May the 4th, so yeah, Star Wars is top of mind. Yeah. So, I mean, interrogating's funny. You're not going to understand why it did things. I mean, sometimes you can, but in this instance, there has to be people that understand how the infrastructure works, which I understand they probably do. But if you're trying to do something quick and haphazardly, this is what you get.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You got to respect this guy's grind, though. So after this happened, he spent first he tried to restore from the vendor.
From the backup. Yeah, vendor backups.
From Railway, and they said it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
So he spent the next 30 hours going through, manually looking at Stripe data, the payments.
Yeah.
And through the booking app and manually, recreating this database.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he did that for, 2 days straight. And then, thankfully, someone at Railway was able to find a snapshot and restore the data.
Amazing.
It ended up being okay.
Good job, Railway. Customer service right there.
Yeah. So Pocket OS is back online, fully operational. So that was a moment that could have just ended the company.
Yeah.
But
Did you say this was the CEO doing this?
It's the founder of
the founder.
I don't know how big this company is.
Dang, that's terrifying. And I could see how that kind of thing would happen. When you're in the moment of solving a problem and the dopamine rush is hitting, take a step back, take a breather, spit out the nicotine gum, and maybe go take some rhodiola and ashwagandha and chill out.
It's crazy that 9 seconds is all it took.
Well, that's very efficient. Good job.
Yeah, good job, Claude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is just a cautionary tale of assume your AI could break everything it has access to. So just don't let it have access to things that you don't want it to break,
It's Claude making the decision, quotes there, not making a decision. The Claude predicting that when it runs into that issue, that it would want to delete the database tells me it's built for local development.
Yeah, right.
So consider that. That's what that tells me. What were you doing? And it's I thought I was in a safe development environment. Regardless of the prompts,
right?
Its training data probably is built off of, building things locally.
Yeah.
And the underlying engines. So,
which it probably should be ran locally. It probably shouldn't have been ran where it had access to the prod database or the live database.
Yeah. But also they probably had run it in production. It's May. So they've been doing this for a couple months now, which arguably isn't long enough to feel safe. But they've probably been doing this type of thing for a couple months now and had no reason to think that this sort of thing would happen.
Yeah. But I feel so that we have this story, and then, months ago we had this story with Meta's chief AI person where she was using OpenClaw and it just started to delete all of her emails.
Yeah.
I feel we've had a lot of these stories now that people really need to understand how powerful AI is. Just you have to use safeguards around it more so than just telling it, don't do this thing.
Yeah, it can make the same mistakes, if not worse than you, and it can do it 100 times faster. So there's a saying about marketing, and I think it's relevant to this. Marketing, if you have a bad product, just makes the bad product fail faster. So if you don't have a good product, and marketing it, putting it for more customers will just make it fail that much faster, because you're just going to light a fire you're going to spread the word of a product that doesn't work. The same thing with ideas. If you have a bad idea or a not well thought out idea, AI is the gasoline on the log that's burning with your bad idea. If you want to do something, it's going to happen faster with AI. And so don't trust that AI is going to keep you safe from yourself or your bad ideas.
Yeah. No, for sure. And just a practical tip, these models usually have a plan mode in the
You can
agent
see what
area.
it's going to do.
Yeah, you run the plan mode before you just let it go crazy,
Yeah.
so you can at least verify what it's about to do.
Yeah. And read the plan mode.
Yeah, true.
Like if you already don't have to write a lot of code, the least you can do is just read the plan. And it sounds like this was like during a run. So it could have been after a plan that this happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So-
that's true. Yeah, it seems like there's also it's also like Railway has some blame on them here. They shouldn't be storing the backups on the same volume, as well as they have a single API call to delete an entire production volume with no confirmation. So like there's some things they could do to make it a little bit, add some friction there before deleting an entire database.
Has Anthropic or Cursor said anything about this? Have you found anything about it?
Let me see. I think Cursor said something. Let me pull it up.
Feels bad, man.
I don't think Cursor said anything publicly about this.
I would silently disappear as well. Just Homer Simpson just disappears into the bush.
This does say in December of 2025, a Cursor team member publicly acknowledged a critical bug in their plan mode
Ooh.
after an agent deleted tracked files and terminated processes despite explicit halt instructions. The user typed, "Do not run anything." The agent acknowledged the instruction and then immediately executed the command.
Nice.
Yeah, that
You
sucks for them.
don't give AI access to something you wouldn't give a junior employee.
Yeah.
Whether that is customer service or writing code or writing documentation, you have to follow you have to follow the right protocols. Like you can't get mad if an AI agent doesn't help a customer if you haven't done your due diligence to make sure it works correctly. Or don't be surprised if it doesn't help. I think that's the lesson here. It's gonna be AI is very powerful, but it isn't a magic tool. It can make mistakes, and often those mistakes, I mean, this one sounds like it wasn't user error, but it was not user error. But it could have been prevented by following more best practices. So protect yourself and have guardrails in case this kind of thing happens. Because a developer could have, it sounds like, accidentally done that too.
Yeah. No, there were a few key things that were not like set up the correct way. So even the token that the AI found was fully scoped to everything, whereas it was created to do like a minimal task, but they just gave it full permissions because I do that sometimes. Laziness.
Well, if you're doing like a pet project, sure.
Yeah.
If you just like want to see what it does, yeah, that sounds great. Give it a sandbox.
Yeah.
But some people at my job were talking about this. They mentioned, you should treat agents like you would employees. You give them the least amount of permissions possible. Actually, it's good just security protocol to give every system, every person the least amount of permissions needed. And this is why. And decouple everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Here, we should do a little Catholic cross.
is that pray for the agents?
Yeah, I did. I prayed for that company.
Yeah. It is good to see that miracle last minute save the data type situation. That would be a bummer if it was just.
Good job, Railway.
Yeah. Good job, Railway.
Shout out to Railway. Good customer service right there.
Yeah. Even though it was kind of their fault.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to show up if you want. That's how you that's how you make news headlines like this one, man.
Hey, that's true. I've never heard of this company, and now I have. So good job,
Yeah.
Railway.
Good job, Railway. Sick.
Cool. Well, if you found this valuable, the best way to support the show is to just recommend it to a friend. There's someone you think needs to hear this warning. If they're running agents a little bit too loosey-goosey, just let them listen to this episode.
Yeah, hit that share button. And if you're a small business owner or you work in a small business and you're trying to figure out how you can use AI in your business without deleting a complete database and understand where it actually fits in your business, go to infactodigital.com. We've got tons of resources there, a huge backlog of all these conversations Jackson and I have had. We've got a newsletter. We send this episode out as an email every morning, so that you can be the source of AI news for the office or wherever you're working. For the family get together, people are going to gather around you and be like, "Hey, Billy, what's the latest with AI?" And you'll be like, "Let me tell you what I heard on Infacto Daily yesterday."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be so excited.
Yeah. So the best way, as Jackson said, you can support the show is to share this with one friend. Go to infactodigital.com. Check us out. We'll help you figure out AI, navigate the rough waters of AI.
Of this digital sea.
All right. Peace.
See ya.